We are live. Welcome, monsters, and welcome to our guests. We have one more who will be joining us. My co-host Smiley couldn't make it, but we've replaced her with another lovely lady, Tilting Shock.
I'm pretty like a lady.
Yes. So Adam, for those of you who don't know, one of the Monstro co-founders. And we have already with us, we have AJ from EMP, Spark, L1 Dex, Cito, and if I keep naming names, we'll be here for an hour just doing that.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. Happy to be here.
And Magic Formula from Chain Factory and Upfront. And then we'll have Crypto Mischief Richie joining us. James Pelton will not be able to make it, so we'll just have to have fun without him. To get started, I'll kind of just talk about what. Oh, and here is our other guest. What's up, Richie?
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Great. So to get started, I figured it'd be good for the guests, for you guys to introduce yourselves, kind of what you do in the space, and why you think your picks are going to beat out everyone else's picks. And feel free to trash talk as friendly, as you like. I guess let's start with, who is here. Magic, are you back? If not, I'll start with the others.
Yeah, hello. I can start, no problem.
Yeah. So we'll let you start. So just feel free to introduce yourself, your projects, and why you're going to win.
Yeah, sorry, I have to be outside because it's 8 p.m. my time. So kids are now at peak energy, so running around the house. So I have to be outside. So my name is Michael, or Magic Formula. People can know me from maybe Upfront or Chain Factory. Basically, Chain Factory is a no-code platform which enables people to create contracts on 4 different blockchain ecosystems like EVM chains, Solana, Dawn, and also on Cosmos, Injective. So they can create smart contracts or Rust contracts or with our no-code tool. And Upfront is another project that I'm leading, and that's a Roid app, basically classic old school, where we generate yield for people.
Yeah, well, I would say it's not an ROI app though, because there's no Ponzi-nomics.
Well, yeah, that's why we still around after I don't know 15 or 16 months.
All right, I guess let's move on to AJ. AJ, for the few who might be out there who don't know you.
Yeah, no doubt. So happy to be involved. I was honored to be asked to participate, and I will say that I am the undisputed champion. We'll start with that. We can talk about that a little later on how much we were able to raise. I was blown away. But yeah, man, I've been in the space over 10 years now, which is crazy to say out loud. Founder of a few projects. Again, like Barry said, we could do a whole segment on that. But EMP Money and SparkSwap are the two flagships. Obviously, CetoSwap. Lots of decentralized applications. We've launched over probably at this point 200 smart contracts and platforms with 0 exploits. So it's been an amazing journey, and yeah, man, I think we picked a really great, well-rounded Moonbag. Lots of up and comers that I think will do really well in the bull run. I have a little bit of an unfair advantage, maybe, because again, rumor is some of those tokens may actually be our own, which I think will do really well in the coming bull run. But yeah, man, it's a great allocation of blue chips, DePIN, meme, and maybe some of our own tokens. So yeah, excited to be here, bro.
Awesome. And yes, I will say you did lead the field in sales. So we know sales have nothing to do with results, but as far as sales go, you definitely dominated the celebrity guests and even beat some of our own, some of the narrative buckets we had. So that was quite impressive. And we will get to Mr. Richie, Crypto Mischief. What kind of mischief are you up to today?
Not much. I'm in Scotland today, which is quite nice. Just moved here from China. So it's a bit different. But yeah, so about me, I run a YouTube channel. I've been doing that since 2019 and been running my own sort of crypto sphere, community sphere, I'd call it, of trust since about 2021 when I decided to kind of start making things myself. So we run a NFT collection, which offers a private space for people to talk and get to know about crypto. Then we airdrop, much like yourselves, we airdrop monthly to the holders from like a treasury, community treasury that we run. Pretty much monetize my YouTube channel to send into the collection is the way it works. Then on the side, we degen quite a lot. We have a couple ROI dApps, Polygon Land, about to launch Arbitrum Land, which will be on Arbitrum chain with ETH, and about to soon release a token when the market looks good. In terms of the coins I picked, pretty much, I don't have a coin of my own yet, so went for some picks which I hold myself, and I also went for, there's always coins which you look at and you think, I wish I had a huge bag of that, but I just never did. So I took that opportunity also to go in on some of those options as well, which I think is a pretty good chance. So then I just bought a bunch of NFTs and then I'll hold them, right? But I'm pretty excited to see what everyone else has been choosing, because I'm 99% sure that actually, AJ, I will be the undisputed world champion of Monstrous Moonbagz.
I love it, Richie. Absolutely, brother. Nothing wrong with a little friendly competition, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait.
Yeah. And you know what? If you guys want to make embarrassing wagers amongst yourselves, feel free to do that.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll explain a couple other things for the stream for people. So all of you have, aside from generously donating your time, you've also donated some really awesome prizes for the stream for those who are here participating. So it's very easy if you want to participate and you're here. Type, I believe it's hashtag Moonbagz. There we go. It comes up like magic. And that is thanks to Smiley, who is helping out. And yeah, as long as you type that once, you will be in, as long as you're still here watching the stream. And we'll do them, we'll distribute them throughout because we have a lot of picks to go through. And if I'm not mistaken, let me pull up the prize list. We have 5 prizes of 100 USDC from Magic Formula. So thank you very much, Magic. We have 100 USDC worth of both EMP tokens and Spark tokens from AJ. So those are up for grabs. Thank you, AJ. And we also have 2 exclusive SCC NFTs. Each of these are valued at 0.1 ETH. And ETH is on the rise, right? So their value is rising at the same time. And they also come with golden ticket access to the Crypto Mischief DAO. So, we have a lot of actual valuable prizes here. And all you got to do is just hang out with us, type hashtag Moonbagz, and then whenever Smiley spins the wheel, someone's going to be a happy fellow. I do believe the wheel is only letting everyone win once. So if you've won a prize, you can't continue to win on this stream. And then for those who don't win, well, you win by being in our lovely company and hopefully holding Moonbagz and making many X's. So without further ado, I'm going to let our guests, actually, I'm going to start with 2 of our picks. What I've decided for ours is we're going to reveal them every week for 12 weeks. So we're going to do 1 per narrative today. We're going to actually start with the smallest ones. So the ones that we gave the minimal smallest allocations to, and we're going to build up until week 12 where we reveal the ones we gave the largest allocation to. As far as you guess, though, you can give away whatever pick you want today. It could be your largest, your favorite, your smallest. You don't have to go in any specific order. Or actually, that might be wrong. I might have told Smiley to do the smallest ones too. Let me pull up the first pick. So we'll start with AI. Everyone loves AI. And what we have picked is a company, it's a bot called Spectre AI. So there's the logo in the top corner. For those who haven't heard of it, it does have a Telegram bot. It essentially allows you to get price predictions and kind of use it to try to look at different things from technical analysis to They're going to be integrating fundamental news as well, which will be interesting to see how they do that, how they rate it, how they use it to say, you know, here's what we predict for these tokens. So they're also using a lot of machine learning with it based off past data. They're pretty small right now. I think it's about a $15 million market cap. And yeah, we've we found they're doing something interesting. We don't see many competitors for exactly what they're doing, and we think it could be one that can easily 10x plus because it is so small. So this is the first AI pick. This is the one we have a small allocation to, and I will do one more before we get to our guests. So blue chips, that's next. Our smallest allocation in blue chips is to Polygon. So Polygon Network, I don't think we have to speak too much about them. A lot of people are familiar with them. They've been around for years now. The reason they're our lowest allocation is we just kind of feel they have lost some steam. We think it's at the price point they're at, it's very easy for them to still go back up a 5x, 5x, 6x. Maybe make a new all-time high, maybe just kind of reach where they got last cycle. But they're definitely a solid, safe pick as they are blue chip. But we think there's other chains who are definitely have a lot more potential than them. So that's where Polygon landed. And those are our two house picks for the first two narratives. So before I move on to you guys, what do you guys think of those picks? Have you heard of them? Well, I know everyone's heard of Polygon, but
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of Spectre. Honestly, I didn't look into it too much. But again, the AI narrative is so strong that I think come October, anything with AI in the name may do well. So, are they doing like any sort of? I know you said it's more of like a picker, but maybe you can tell me various. Are they also utilizing their own technology to support their token price, or do you even know? I don't know. I have to look
yeah,
into
so
it.
a lot of it's not out yet. A lot of it's still coming soon and just kind of theory and roadmaps.
Okay,
But I
got
do
it.
believe the token is going to be how they charge for access to the bot. And then the bot is a Telegram bot, which can spread pretty quickly and easily, right? So I think the major draw of the token is that's the only way you can pay for access to use their bot.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I like it. And yeah, obviously Polygon too, an OG in the space, they're making a lot of moves as well. I know they've made a lot of changes really from their original tokenomics. And yeah, I mean, any of the OG layer ones, I think will have major success for sure.
All right. Anyone else want to comment? Oh, I think you're on mute, Richie. I see your lips moving.
It's smooth. There we go. Yeah, Polygon's interesting because I reward our holders in Matic because I thought last year it was going to be just an easy pick just to go explosive with changing over to Paul. I think it's POL. Don't know how to pronounce it actually. But yeah, so I've always had a Matic all-time high list on what the value would be if Matic was at all-time high, but it's pretty crazy because with the amount that it is now that I've sent, which is like 76,000. If it was all-time high, we're already almost at 300 grand, so it is way behind where it should be. But I mean, a lot of alts are at the moment. So it's to be seen if they can get motoring, because you're right, they have lost a bit of steam with there's so many chains now, right? So many layers that it's hard to see how they can get the attention back without some huge announcement. They already had Disney. I think they linked up with Disney last year, and I thought that was going to be a big one for them, but it didn't seem to make much impact.
Yeah, when we used to go to shows, like we saw them everywhere, but the thing is they were sponsoring everything, but they didn't actually have people present. I know when we were trying to meet with them, they're like, oh, they sponsored every party at the event, but none of their staff are anywhere to be found. So it was kind of a weird approach they took with their marketing, and I guess we'll see what happens with them. I know Magic, if you're there, I know you were a big fan of Matic, right? I don't know if you still are or that was earlier on.
Yeah, basically I was very early in Matic, and it's one of my biggest regrets that I sold for 3 or 4x or something like that. If I would hold for the peak, I would be very, very well somewhere on an island or something like that. But yeah, I mean, we building on Matic as well. So, but same views as I think Richie. Richie is his name. There are a lot of chains nowadays, so it will be tough. So, yeah, we will see.
All right, and let's get some comments from Adam since he's silent. Adam, you live?
Yeah, I'm just disappointed that Spectre is not some lawyer AI, because that would have been really nice.
Oh, is that a show? I haven't heard of it.
Harvey Specter from Suits, one of your all-time favorite shows. How
Oh, that, but it's spelled
reference. Come on, man, you're dropping the ball here.
Well, sorry, I have attention to detail. But all right, I think, now that we've done our first two picks, why don't we start with one of the prizes? So I will ask Smiley, who's in the background here, to spin the wheel for, let's do one of the 100 USDC prizes from Magic. Oh, and here comes the wheel. So we have 56 people in it.
I love a good giveaway.
And the winner is Sean T. Well, congratulations. I will say, whoever wins prizes, please open a ticket in our Discord, and we will award you your prizes that way. If there's, we didn't make it a requirement you hold a Moonbag, but oh, that's what I forgot. This is news on the stream, nobody knows, but after the stream ends, we're going to reopen the guest sales for 12 hours. There were some people who missed out. They really wanted to get one. Nobody wants to sell them one. So we figured we'd help them out, reopen it for a limited 12 hours, and then it will be closed forever. We'll be buying the guest picks. The house picks were already purchased weeks ago. So yes, so after the stream, you have 12 hours. If you win a prize, maybe that's a good place to spend your prize if you don't have a Moonbag. All right, now we'll move on to the first of our guest picks. So Magic, would you like to declare one of your picks? And yeah, I don't remember if I gave Smiley a specific one, but you can feel free, just pick any one you like.
Yeah, the smallest allocation.
You don't have to, but that's what we're doing with ours, yeah.
Yeah, so let's start with my most degen pick. It's basically is a meme and the only one. And the name is Tonalt. It's basically a meme coin. It's built around President Trump. So this year we will have an election. I know the team, so I'm 99% sure that nothing bad will happen at least from their side. They are building. Tony is getting a lot of attraction, so that's one of my smallest allocation.
Yeah. Smiley, do we have something to put up on screen to show the Tunneled logo or website? If not, yes, I'll just reiterate. So it is on TonChain, which is essentially the chain that Telegram, I don't know if they own it or they've simply invested in it, but it's very closely tied to Telegram, right?
Yes. Officially, they don't own it. Officially.
Okay. But yeah, so here's a question. Have you been monitoring? It's early now. We're still far from the elections. But with the Trump incident the other day, did you notice a spike in price from that incident, or did it not really move it?
Yes, basically the trading, at most of the meme coins trade based on news, because they don't have any utility. So there was a spike. I think the all-time high was around 10 million. Then of course there was a retracement because past 3 weeks were very bad for on-chain, and they jumped from, I believe, from 2 million back to 5 or something like that. So still low market cap, and it can do nice returns, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I think the trick with memes is seeing if they ever get that wave 2, because all of them have their wave 1, and then all of them come down, right, really hard usually.
yeah.
And the ones that get that second wave up are usually the ones that continue, whereas probably 90-something% of them never get that second wave up and they just die after that first one. So I think that's kind of the good indicator to use with memes is if they have a second wave or even a third wave, chances are they have a good shot at, existing. Whereas if the meme only has one peak, it's probably not going to go very far.
Yeah, it went from 3 to 6. I'm now looking at the chart based on that incident. So
Is it
was a
Donald
nice...
Trump? Is it Donald Trump, or there's a
no? It's Donald
with D or a T?
With T, yeah.
With a D. Donald.
So TONAL.
T.
Yeah.
Yeah. T like T.
T like Trump.
D T like Trump. Oh, yeah, Donald. Yeah. TONL. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of them on Twitter. I don't know which. Is it the one with the strange cartoon face?
No, it's basically the logo is Donald Trump, who is wearing his hat, but the original hat is red, but they made it blue, because Ton Network has blue logo, so they made it blue.
Got him.
It's
Cool.
It's trading on StoneFi, which is the lead index on Ton Network.
Yeah, I hold a few political coins. The Trump assassination attempt was quite interesting because there was a spike of about 30% to 50% on the larger ones. What are they, like MAGA? The MAGA hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Trump with the laser eyes. The other one.
There are so many Trump coins. It's and half of them use the same tickers.
I don't like to get political with crypto. I just like to make money, to be honest. But I do hold a couple of them. There was another one on Solana called Fight that came out just after it, which did very well. And it's kind of done that retracement you're talking about now. Looks like it's either going to go, up a lot or to zero. We'll see.
All right. I think we should do another giveaway. So we spaced them out nicely. So let's do another one of the 100 USDCs and see who gets it. I feel like this wheel needs music. Or at least the sound of from The Price is Right when you spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it is. Congratulations, Dan. So you have won 100 USDC, courtesy of Magic Formula and Chain Factory. All right, so we are going to get, since we're on that topic, I guess I'll reveal our meme house pick and our smallest, and this one is pretty small because this is the only small meme we picked, which probably could be a dud, but we picked it for the election narrative. So we went with one called Trump Mania, which is T-Mania. And funny enough, it actually tanked after the shooting. It dropped somehow, but it was actually up when we bought it. Within 2 days, it was already up 3x after we bought it. So, there's a community there. There's a lot of controversy, FUD of, things that you usually see in early meme coins, like, are the devs dumping on us? Is this happening? Is that happening? But we have very little in this one. It was a very small allocation. But hey, you never know. Maybe this is the small ones that can go still, 25, 50, 100x or more when the election time hits. So that's I will say the only meme coin that wasn't a large one, that wasn't one we know will be around. This is like the pure gamble pick of the meme coin basket. So yeah, we'll see if Trump Mania runs wild. And up next, I will see what we reveal next. So we have for the DeFi category, we have Pyth. And Pyth, this is PYTH, essentially does a lot of what Chainlink does, but they're a little more aggressive at supporting more chains more quickly. They're adding more features. They are cheaper than Chainlink comparatively, Obviously, Chainlink have been around longer and established that brand name, so you kind of pay for that name. But in technical tests, we found Pyth does pretty much just everything Chainlink does and a little bit more, and they're quicker to adopt new chains and do some other things. So Pyth is fairly large. They're growing a lot. I think they're pretty closely associated with Solana. That's where they got most of their main traction from. So seems like as Solana continues to grow their ecosystem, much as I personally hate them, everyone knows that, Pyth Network seems like a good bet to grow alongside them and to be, one of the top oracles. So we put it under the DeFi category here. But I think they have a lot of room to grow from where they're at right now. So anybody who wants to chime in, feel free. Those are our two next house picks.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think Pyth is a great play. That was actually one on my list that didn't make the cut. But I think anything in terms of DeFi infrastructure is massive. And I know everybody, that narrative is really, Link being the OG. Obviously, we even have partnerships with Link. I love Link. We use a lot of their services for our, true random number generator with all of our DOS contracts. But that being said, for whatever reason, Link just doesn't like to move. I mean, again, you would think that it would have been a lot higher in price. Obviously we're still pre-bull, but it's weird. I mean, the price action on Link does not correlate with the bullishness. So I think Pyth is a great option that again has been doing really well and could continue to do really well for sure.
Yeah, we can't speak to it because we were under NDA, but I'm sure Adam would love to share all the fun times we had with Chainlink and a special client they referred us.
Don't remind me. Jeez.
Yeah, we were as Master Brews, our former company, when we were doing more dev work and taking on clients. We actually were piloting a program with Chainlink. Essentially, it was a referral program from them to others, and we were a tier 1 channel partner. And yeah, let's just say the biggest nightmare of our Web3 lives came through that experience. So maybe one day we'll be allowed to share it.
Yeah, I also hold some Pyth as well. Unfortunately, I bought it. I'm looking at the chart now. I completely forgot about it. I guess I bought it in about March, roundabout where there was that big, FOMO spike for airdrop hunting and all that, around about then. But it's retraced quite a lot, so it looks like a good buy right now, actually.
Yeah, so we bought all our tokens now. It's a couple of weeks ago, right before the latest big crash, but it was still after a pretty recent crash. So I think everything we got, I looked this morning, even though now we're recovering from the last big crash, but our whole Moonbagz portfolio is only 6% down today, which is not bad because we bought it right before the biggest crash, and it's held up pretty nice. So I think we got a lot of good deals in there that'll look good in another 9 to 12 months. Oh, you're muted. Yeah.
It ticks all the boxes, because it's new, came out in December, new narrative. Doesn't even matter if it turns out to be absolutely shit, which it could, right? Who knows? In 3 years might be looking at this thinking, oh my God, what a bunch of loot, like what a Ponzi it was. But in this narrative, in this cycle, because it's from this cycle, it's already looking bullish. It has so much behind it, and it's a massive coin. What is it? A $1 billion market cap.
Yeah,
good. It's a good pick.
Yeah, and even if Chainlink, will maintain its number 1 position, let's say market cap wise, plenty of room to be number 2 in the Oracle, kind of division. So, and I think the more real world stuff happens, like when we get to our RWA category, almost everything to do with RWA requires using an Oracle, right? So. All right, let's move on to our next guest pick. So, AJ, if you want to share, I guess we should do another giveaway first. I gotta remember those. So, let's do one of AJ's giveaways for 100 USDC in EMP token. The lucky winner will be. Why is my name not there? Alipay Crypto. So
Nice.
congrats, Ali.
Congrats.
Nice. Alipay winning again.
Mhm. I see. Where's Gabo in the comments? So Gabo's at work. He's hard at work. We're making him contact every dex in existence to try to get more golems cap room. So we can't have him spending time on streams. We have to have him slaved and chained to the ground. But he says hello, and he's actually at his day job, which he enjoys quite a lot. So, all right. Moving on, so let's go, AJ, with your pick. Which pick would you like to share?
Yeah, no doubt. So I guess we had a lot of talk about memes, so maybe we can do the only meme in my list. And again, this is kind of an OG meme. It was actually it launched a while ago and had a community takeover. And now they're running really well. And those of you that are gaming nerds just like me may recognize this meme, and that is Leroy Jenkins. I love it. So for those of you that may remember the YouTube video of the raid, and then this guy goes in early as playing the Leroy Jenkins character and does this hilarious yell of Leroy Jenkins. So again, I think it's really marketable. Memes are all about the narrative and marketability. I think anybody Googling memes, Leroy Jenkins usually comes up, especially gaming memes. So that I think is really powerful in terms of SEO. And because it has been a community takeover, I think a lot of the dumping already happened. We did see a big spike in the chart recently, and now it's come back down, but we're still above the accumulation phase. So yeah, that's the only meme in the play. I think it will do really well, and it's on Ethereum. I think any meme on ETH is really where the volume is, and we've seen a ton of volume on Leroy already over the last few months. So there you go. That's our meme pick of the day.
I remember Leroy Jenkins. I didn't know about it. I'm not a PC gamer. I didn't know about it before, but I did play a game with Tilting Shock here and one of our other friends called Destiny. And I remember it came up at some point while we were playing that. And they had to show it to me and explain it to me. But so I do have 100%. I know what you're talking about now, as does Adam.
I still couldn't believe you didn't know what it was. Like, I was mind blown.
Yeah, the YouTube video is pretty hilarious. I think it's one of the original YouTube videos too. So it has like 100 million views on it, I think, or something crazy. So
yeah, and it's funny we don't see more video game memes. Like I feel like there's a lack of them out there. So there's a couple like Sonic the Hedgehog and some other ones, Mario. But yeah, I thought there'd be a lot more video game character memes.
for sure, no doubt. And again, I think we can have a whole nother conversation on GameFi, but I think that is going to be a really strong narrative and a great onboarding tool for crypto. I think again, gaming is a universal language that I think could really help onboard a lot of new users as well. And we announced we're building a game as well, so hopefully that all ties into what you're doing. Obviously, Various, I don't have to tell you. You guys have a very strong gaming vision as well. So yeah, I think it all fits for sure.
Yeah, it's always a little slower moving than we'd like, but that's just reality of where the space is at right now. You did mention one part of this meme, so community takeover. We're seeing that a lot more with memes. CTO here, CTO there. It does not mean Chief Technology Officer. It means community takeover. How do you guys feel about it, Richie, Magic, Adam? That I think it's starting to become something they use as kind of a default and part of their actual marketing of the meme token, where you might still have devs in control, but they're making it look like it's a community takeover. And they're all kind of following that same now cookie cutter process and flow. So I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Are they legit for the most part, or now has it become just another shady tactic they all use?
It's a tough question because go for it.
Yeah, so in the beginning, community takeover was extremely popular because it showed people continue to invest in it. It gives some sort of sustainability for the project. But now, just like everything, it has evolved. And to me, I feel like it's evolved in a bad way, because now there's structured CTO groups, and they're approaching projects and like, all right, we're going to take it over, and we're professionals, and we're going to make it skyrocket. But then it's just a second wave of a pump and dump, right? They buy into the coin, they approach them, they show them the results of previous successful CTOs. They come in, everyone gets excited, they pump it up, then the people that are supposed to be running the CTO dump it and take off, and now everyone's screwed again. So just like everything, it evolves, and people find ways to manipulate it for their own personal gain. So now CTOs don't have that much weight like it did in the beginning, because they're not as sustainable, and you really have to do a lot of due diligence and make sure that CTO is actually organic and not an organized group just organizing a second pump and dump on that coin.
Yeah, I've seen so many come into my chat, you know, like, oh, this meme coin just dumped to zero, and we're community taking over, and it's pumping, and everyone's behind it, and then it is hard. The thing with the Leroy though, like I also do own Leroy. AJ convinced me to buy it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
But
I gotta be able to show our own bags, right, Richie?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
go ahead, bro.
So he was speaking about it a little bit before, and then I bought it, and then it went crazy. I was very surprised by the price action on it. I profited, I ROI'd, and then I held a bag, and it's gone down a lot since then. But that's the story in memes. But as long as they can hold with their actual, if they have community actually taken it over as a community, then time will tell, right? That's the main thing. But there are more than I would like to say coins which do get rugged basically and then get taken over by a new team. But who knows? It's a shady space, and I guess it would be really easy if once you know how to launch a coin and make a website, you're pretty much off to the races with meme coins. And then you just need the same people to help you to continue to bring in the attention basically from Twitter, and you can just continue to roll out the next one, and wash and recycle. All we need to do is catch them.
Yeah, on that point, that actually segues into, so Magic, I was going to ask you, your platform allows people to easily create them, right? And create more powerful ones than most tools out there. How do you feel, like, where is your guys' line? You're the tool provider, but do you have a line of, do you try to interfere if you feel someone's basically generating, let's say something has a red flag or looks shady to you, or a team using it has proven they're not legitimate, honest people? Do you guys step in at all, or is it purely, it is Web3, it's supposed to be trustless, we are simply the tool, and whoever uses it, it's like anyone buying a weapon, right? They can use it for protection, they can use it for assault.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no way. Maybe in the beginning where we had, let's say, 3 launches or 4 or 5, we could speak to the team and stuff like that. But like now, we cannot babysit everyone. And speaking of CTOs, like now it's like Dell buys, I don't know, 20% of supply, 5% is official. So he dumps that, and then they preach it as a CTO. Dev is out, there is no sell pressure. He still has 15% on other wallets, so he's still in. So they again pump it, and he sells the rest, like 10-15%. So it's complete scam. Most of the CTOs, from my experience at least.
All right. I think time for a prize. Let's do another 100 USDC. Actually, no, now we're coming into Richie's pick next. So let's do one of Richie's SCC NFTs. Okay. It's already going. Hey, I saw Gabo's name appear in there now. He must have snuck in. Chris L., you have won. So please open a ticket. We'll get you all handled. and you will be joining the SCC community.
What he needs to do is go to cryptomischief.io, and
Mhm.
in there's a little tab that says join the DAO. Just click on that, enter the Telegram DAO, and then we can explain everything you can do with it. Basically, it's the best thing to do.
Awesome. So we'll make sure we drop him that link in his ticket as well.
Yeah.
And this way, yeah, he will be a new member joining a great
Welcome.
community. And we wish you the best in surviving. No. All right. So that brings us to, I think our 2 picks are next, and then Richie, your pick is coming up. So we are going to go with our DePIN pick, which is Scalia Infrastructure. And what Scalia does, I believe their ticker is Scale, SCALE. Scalia is an aggregator for DePIN services. So essentially, it's your one-stop shop if you're looking to rent anything from GPU resources to other forms of resources. Instead of going with individual companies, companies like a render or anyone like that, this aggregates all the services out there and provides you one place to be able to browse through them, compare prices, essentially do your shopping to pick whatever resources you need. So again, it's our smallest allocation. It seems like it fits a growing need. And they're, as far as I'm aware, they're the first and main ones doing aggregation for DePIN services. So that seems like a good place to make some money. Our next one would be in GameFi. So this one is more about the community, which is obviously important to games. And a big part of why we picked it, but why it's so small in our allocation, is its ticker symbol. So this is Unix Gaming on Avalanche. And the reason we like Unix Gaming is, A, the ticker is Unix. When more and more people keep getting in, we've seen people buy it, and I've seen people in their Telegram say the only reason they bought it is because of the ticker. So you just figure when there's more people, it's just going to multiply based on that factor. And then what they're doing is essentially they're just working on things to help you build communities for your games, which is obviously there's a lot of companies doing that. But they seem to have a little bit of a head start, and I like the way they kind of organize themselves for it. So yeah, Unix Gaming has actually nothing really to do with Unix. I don't know why that's in their name. It's kind of weird, but maybe they thought, hey, we love Unix and let's steal that ticker. So this is the next 2 picks that we have: Scalia for DePIN aggregation and Unix Gaming for community building services and tools with a popular ticker. That's what we got. What do you guys think?
Unix is down 100% from its all-time high. That's impressive.
Well, wait, wouldn't that mean it's at 0? I'm pretty sure it's not at 0, but
no, it's at $1.48, but it says on CoinGecko down 100%, which is, it does have a huge spike at its launch though. Wild.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, if you look all time.
Yeah.
All time is not pretty, but yeah, this is again why I also see minus 100%, but it does have value. It still has liquidity, and it is something that again is a really small allocation. So if we lose on it, I think that one had something like $300 on it. So that was one of those moonshot gamble picks. But yeah, they do have some talk about them when you're in like different Avalanche groups and gaming groups. So,
and the pump from that low is going to be crazy if it does happen, right?
Yeah, it doesn't take much, right, to move it when you're at fractions and fractions of a cent. So,
yeah, I think I was just gonna say, even with the earlier discussions on memes, I mean, again, I think the one thing to look at is the upside potential, and especially in a competition like this, it may look pretty ugly on the chart, but that doesn't matter. That's actually the best entry that you can get. And I think that is a really important thing to highlight, because a lot of crypto investors don't understand that you buy low and sell high. So I think, again, setting up success for the coming bull, that was definitely a part of my calculations. And market cap. I think market cap is a really powerful tool as well. Obviously, market cap doesn't necessarily matter in terms of evaluation, but it does matter in terms of upside potential. So getting in at anything, under, a 50 million market cap, and sometimes under $1 million market cap, that is really a great metric for, the upside of how much it can grow.
Yeah, it actually does look like we may have been rugged on this one, though. I am seeing that about 6-7 days ago, the CEO quit and the liquidity was pulled.
Oh
So-
no, it's our squid row moment, right? That YouTube video. Oh, it's gone, man.
So you know
right
what?
on stream. Yeah.
Especially because it's only $200 or $300. I will put that in and we'll make a new pick for that amount. Because obviously this pick didn't go very well, despite their site, I think, is still up. Everything is still online.
It's time for a community takeover.
I love it. Perfect.
Monstro will
segue.
just take it over.
Oh.
All right, so we'll replace that pick because that one obviously did not go well, and that was meant to be an example of how quickly things can happen in this space for educational purposes. Well, that's an interesting story to look into as to why did the CEO quit. All right.
Well, it's a moment of silence for your loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what's funny is, we do certain checks, and of course, though, when people use multiple wallets, like Magic was saying, like even if you see, I don't know, 50 grand of liquidity, right, and you're buying $200 into that, which should be fine. It's, you can see that there's 30, 50, 100, whatever people providing that liquidity could still be the same person, just using different wallets. And that's kind of the problem, that unless they're, how would you say, careless and leave, trails behind that you can connect them, it's always going to be hard to spot some of those things, I think. So.
Yeah, 100%. And not to pour salt in the wound various, but on a lot of the picks that I was looking at, liquidity was a big determining factor, because again, even with these low cap coins, we could have a 10, 20, 100x, but if there's not enough liquidity to cash out, then it really doesn't matter. So that was also a big factor in kind of narrowing down the picks for sure.
Yeah, there's also saying that your true market cap is your liquidity. And I think that's extremely accurate, because,
sure.
like you said, there are and a lot of the big meme coins have that situation where people, had $60 million worth on paper, but the liquidity in its entirety was like a fraction of that, right? And they'd never be able to cash it out before it tanked and went down. So it's nice to be rich on paper, but it's better to be rich tangibly. Although I say tangibly, and crypto is not exactly tangible, but it's getting there. But yes, for everyone, we got rugged live on stream, so that's great. Be a nice talking point, but we'll happily replace that token. And we do have we are setting up, with our dashboard that'll have internal monitoring and alerts and different things. So, right now it was a little early. We're not really monitoring the tokens we literally just bought, but it all will go through our dashboard. So the same dashboard you'll see will have the same one with a few extra features. And on that note, the design is finished. The front-end dev work is finished for it. It's just in the testing phase. As soon as we're happy with the testing, the dashboard will be released, and it'll be the first page of our new website, our rebranded Monstro look, more professional, more streamlined. So I won't promise a date, just because testing, as you know, sometimes it can be quick, everything's perfect. Other times it can be grueling and take a few back and forth. So I won't promise a date, but it will be ready pretty soon because it's already ready, barring the testing. So
you're
All
going for a more you said more professional look for your new website?
Yeah, so that, we worked with Fracus, a Web3 agency, to rebrand. We have a new logo. We've already launched a new logo, but now we're going to do things. We still want to keep the fun element to it. We still want to keep the vibrant colors a little bit, but the rest will be a little more DeFi style, because it's come to our attention that just some people look at it, think it's purely an NFT project or an NFT, scam or something, and they won't go look at the wiki, they won't, watch a video. It's that 30-second view. So we're working to improve the first impression, to let people know it is, actual financial project, and you can invest and make money and such. It's not just about art or AI art or NFTs and such.
Yeah, because you guys have paid out like over $1 million now, right?
Yeah, we're at I think when I add today's, we'll probably be at 1.2 almost. So
heroes.
You're
heroes.
Well, I mean, we're in lower results right now, but that's a consequence of doing the high risk, high APR stuff. And we do have other products now that are for people looking for safer investments. So Golems has worked exactly as we wanted it to so far. It's a 0 and permanent loss, 100% APR product, and it's paying out every week. Everything's great, except we need more DEXs to work with us on that one. So that's been the hard part, because communication remains a very frustrating aspect of Web3. But I guess so. Without further ado, those were our picks. Let's do another giveaway. Let's go back to 100 USDC from Magic. Smiley, you are super quick when I say giveaway. It just pops up.
Smiley, the AI giveaway bot.
Well, Ray Cosley, congratulations. You have, I noticed we have 100 entries now. We were at like 50 before. So welcome to all the new people who have joined since. And yeah, congratulations on that prize. And now we'll get to Richie's pick.
Okay, so I was going to talk about one of the blockchain coins, but since so many of you have talked about memes, I think I'll choose one of the memes which I think has the most interesting story in all of memedom, I would say. So it's called Pepe coin. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Not Pepe, Pepe coin. It's a very interesting story. And it's kind of cheating because they're tied into meme coin and AI at the same time, because it's quite spanning over. Because they have another token which is not the one I'm talking about, called Based AI, but because they're linked, my prediction is that as Based AI catches the AI wave, Pepe coin, which is also theirs, will be pooled with it into it. The story base is based around the Pepe, the coin, the meme coin, was actually launched in 2016 by a group of crypto chads, I guess, back then. And they had to take it down because during the last presidential debate, I think it was, or possibly the one before that, Hillary was running. Yeah, the last presidential. No, 8 years ago, sorry. And Hillary said that Pepe was racist. So they decided to change it to another rebrand, essentially, to something, I think it was called Mnemonic or something. And finally, years passed, and apparently Pepe wasn't racist anymore. So they decided that, we're going to grab Pepe back and we're going to put our coin back to Pepe. When they were doing that, this is their story anyway, there were another group of crypto meme coin makers. They saw that they were going to rebrand back to Pepe on ETH, and the Pepe coin that we all know front ran them and launched Pepe before they launched Pepe coin. You can find that actually their launch days are almost identical. Pepe was picked up by mass media and ran and did multiple X's, whereas Pepe coin was kind of just left in the dirt. And they were pretty shocked. If you go to their website, pepecoin.io, you probably see one of the greatest crypto websites that's ever been made. It's unbelievable. You can play GTA on it. You can play Minesweeper. You can use their paint. They have Frogger. And you can stake your Pepe coin to then earn their AI coin, which is about to launch its own blockchain, which is already in development. They've done multiple test nets for it. They're in their final test net. When they launch the blockchain, you can then burn your Pepe coin to earn a ERC 404 token, which will be a brain. The brains will act as nodes, which you can then earn more base AI token by owning the node. It's a mega meme, essentially. Price performance is not bad. It did peak and it's come down like everything else. And I think the chart is very beautiful, to be honest. And I expect it to tear on, especially if it all goes to plan. They're going to burn about 80% of Pepe coin to then launch the blockchain with based AI as the gas ping token is the whole big picture for them. So it's quite interesting to talk about this one because there are, we were talking about small cap memes and then memes which are political based, but then this one is the ultimate kind of, up yours to the meme coin makers who are just making coins. And then because I'm not sure about it because the launch of Pepe was quite controversial as well. There was a lot of dumping from the devs of that as the coin was going up parabolic. They were profiting quite well from it. So it's really the one true Pepe coin who will win, who will do it. And I'm going to put my bet on Pepe coin being able to do it. So that's the pick I'd like to talk about. Don't know if you know that story or not. It's quite cool.
I did not, but I just looked at the website and yes, I see what you mean that I have to go through Windows, essentially, their version of Windows operating system to dig in. So it looks fun. I like people who do different things and don't just do the minimal effort, which most memes, right? It's all cookie cutter, copy paste websites and such. So that's cool. And then, yeah, it's hard to say with the ones with, an actual historical value story. We've seen in the NFT world when they get discovered, sometimes they're discovered a couple of years later and blow up. Sometimes people just ignore them and don't care that it's a part of history. And, maybe they will in another 5 years or 10 years or who knows. But yeah, so I find the historical ones like kind of go either they get completely ignored or they completely blow up like just randomly on a day when the right person discovers them.
With the based AI as well, it's because at the moment I'm staking Pepe coin on their site, and for I think it's let me check based farm, every 500 Pepe coin you stake, you get one based AI token every day, and at the moment based AI is $4. So if you have a roughly, what would that be, 500? So if you have $1,500 worth of Pepe coin, you can stake it, taking it out of circulation, and then right now just start earning this base token. But you cannot get the base token until they launch the blockchain, which apparently is coming in a month or so. So let's see.
That actually is a good point about staking. We want to remind everyone that for all the coins in any Moonbagz, be it ours, be it the guest ones, if they have a safe staking contract, we're going to put it in it because it's free yield, and that will be part of your Moonbagz payout, right? It's whether it's the same coin additionally, whether it provides us some other form of reward, that'll be part of your Moonbagz. Now, I know that we haven't finished going through the list of which ones have live staking yet from all our picks, but I think we've already hit 5 or 6 of them that do out of, the 89. There's probably going to be a few more that'll come around in the future. But for anybody with that question, yes, if there's an opportunity to make some free rewards or free money off the tokens while they're being held for Moonbagz, and it looks, of course, safe and the contracts are secure and such, then yes, we will do that as long as there's no lockup period. If there's a lockup period, we'll skip it because we want the full flexibility. A, because you can withdraw your Moonbag early. B, we don't know if something, multiple X's peaks early, gets on a run for some reason. The worst thing that you can do is, be watching it locked, and by the time it unlocks, well, you're too late and it's gone back down. So those will be the rules around it. But yes, we'll try to take advantage of any situations. Looks like we may have lost Magic. We'll see if he comes back. But yeah, I think we have, a giveaway time. Then we have 2 left to reveal from ours. So let's do the giveaway for the Spark 100 USDC and Spark tokens. Lady Z Lady, you are the winner.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Yep.
And
And
every
if, if you're not familiar with Pulse Chain too, just reach out. You can join our Spark chat. We'll help you get over because we'll distribute it on Pulse, and that's another one again. Getting exposure to hopefully an up and coming chain. So again, it plays in well for sure.
Yeah, on that note, what do you feel now about Pulse? There was like brewing excitement, then it seems like it died off. Then there was a spike, then I feel like now it's died off even worse than before. I hold many many Pulse chain tokens, and obviously Monstro still has a Spark Swap, a nice position.
For sure.
So we all hope the best for Pulse Chain, but how do you feel it's looking? You're a lot more involved on that chain.
Yeah, no doubt. So I mean, we're in the trenches on Pulse for sure, and I mean it's crazy because even now, I mean, if you go back and look at the chart, Pulse is about where it is today on when we actually launched Spark. So that being said, I think that we really have seen the floor. And again, I mean, we all know crypto's crazy. Who knows what can happen? I know that Richard Hart is making major headway on the SEC front. Again, not to get political, but I think that the potential vice president has made public comments that he thinks Gary Gensler is the worst human being on the planet. I think that holds really well for potential litigation, and we've seen a lot of precedents set already over the last few months on crypto being considered not a security. So again, I think all that plays into the FUD that we've been seeing. And once that turns around, I think that Pulse Chain will do what we all think. Obviously, we were hoping that we would get the full experience during this cycle. I don't think that is ruled out, but I do think that long term, I'm still super bullish on Pulse because even as developers, I mean, we're developing on Pulse, and the gas transactions are super cheap. Now with the lower, I know obviously because of the lower volume, but the transaction times have been really fast. The community that has stuck around is still there and as diehard as ever. And those are just the key things. Like Richard said earlier, it ticks all the boxes in terms of what will be successful in the future. Again, that's my personal opinion, but we'll see. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Richard, I mean, again, love him or hate him, but Richard is not going to let any one of his public-facing projects die. And really, again, that's another narrative within the community is that we have to get away from relying on Richard and really building Pulse Chain out and being in control of our own destiny. And so we're absolutely doing that. I know there's a lot of projects working on oracles that can help developers build even more cool stuff on Pulse. The infrastructure is always growing, and that will bring the users eventually for sure.
Yeah, I think the one comment I have from using it, and I have several tokens that I can only trade on Pulse X. Unfortunately, there's no real. You might know better. Maybe they're still developing, but there's no aggregators for the liquidity. Much like you would find on other chains, you have everything from OpenOcean, right, to a bunch of them. That's kind of the problem. Like I go to SparkSwap, I trade the coins you support, but for coins you don't support, I have to go through this terrible user experience with Pulse X. It is, it looks like it was built 5, 6, 7 years ago. And now it scares people away because it takes them to IPFS, right, as a portal. Yes. And a lot of people are scared of that, and they think then what is this? It's they're used to a typical Ethereum, let's say Polygon base, whatever. They're used to a Uniswap type experience, and that's not what they get there. So I think that's holding them back for sure until they kind of improve on that aspect.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and IPFS is super bullish for the decentralization aspect. But I agree 1,000% with you on the user experience front. But there is a really awesome aggregator called Pateus. So if you look them up, they're great guys. They're actually integrating routing through SparkSwap now as well. I'm the worst at spelling. I think it's Paitees, something like that. Pateus. You can look them up. But yeah, that has severely helped exactly what you're saying, Various, because they route through PulseX, Spark, and 9-inch.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's spin the wheel again. I lost track of how many 100 USDCs we given out. So I think there is one left. Maybe Smiley can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one left. So let's bring up the wheel. And the winner is Hawa Iza Usman. And it's funny, a lot of these winners I have never ever seen in any of our communities. So I feel like the YouTube's attracting them somehow. But
shocking.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Any
can also
mention of a giveaway, they come out of the woodwork, right, Richie?
do.
Yeah, so
They
yeah,
do,
go
right.
ahead, Bill.
Yeah, you can also go to, if you want a pretty simple experience, the same as PulseX, but just smoother and better would be gopulse.com. They have they have SwapX basically on their site, and it's fast. And
Okay, I remember checking them out like when I first found Pulse Chain.
you don't need to add the coins to your wallet. It finds them all. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
All right. We will go to next is our last two that we're revealing. So our next two small ones. So one of them, okay, this one is the kind of a narrative I think people are excited for, real world assets. So under this one, the smallest allocation we have goes to a company called WorkX. And I'm going to quickly check that they're still in existence after our last experience, but
this is going to be hilarious if they rogue too.
So WorkX is connecting Web3 and utilizing a token. Nope, they're still there. Their market cap is 20.5 million. So they're okay for now. They are, again, obviously a small one, but they're listed on a few tier 2 exchanges, and they also have some DEX liquidity. So yeah, they're not another case of Unix yet. And WorkX, if you go to them, I believe it's workx.io. They're essentially tackling the job market, right? Connecting people in the workplaces who need jobs, who are looking to hire through AI and machine learning, and then powering it through their token. So as the first kind of job site that I found, that's not a Web3 job site. It's not looking for like Web3 developers or marketing agencies. It's actually a normal, like standard job industry site. It's just powering that with machine learning, AI, and a token. So that's what WorkX does. We'll see how they get, how they grow, if it works, if they fail. But again, these are the long shots, right? That's why we're calling them the low allocation ones. But if one of them hits, it can always be a nice way to up average the results of the whole Moonbag. So if they lose out, they don't really cost us much. But if one of them hits, they can provide some nice results. And the final one, people are familiar with this one. This is for the layer 1, layer 2s. Our smallest allocation happened to go to Cardano. So ADA, a lot of people know Cardano. It's very, I would say people either hate it, love it. Personally, I'm fairly indifferent to it. I don't think it's going to be one of the best chains. I don't think it's going to be one of the worst chains. It's just going to be there kind of where it is now in the middle. But it always has runs, and I don't see it not going up at least, 2-3x from here, reclaim some of the loss from last cycle. So it's under our layer 1, layer 2s. It didn't make it into the blue chip bag, so it's in this bag on its own. And yeah, I won't look them up. I'm pretty sure they're still around. right now. So
Don't worry, I was checking right now. We're good. They're a little bit. It's a little bit iffy, but safe for now. Don't worry.
yeah. So yeah. Any thoughts on maybe the real world asset stuff, and what do you think of WorkX?
Richie, you go first, or you want me to go? Yeah, go ahead, man.
I'd never heard of WorkX, to be honest. So jobs with crypto sounds good.
Yeah, no doubt. You word for word, man. Yeah, I hadn't heard of WorkX either, but I think that there is a need in the market for sure of bridging that gap. I know the days of hiring a Fiverr dev are over. I think enough people have been rugged that way. So yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Where do you think we found Token Stock?
Yeah, I don't know too much either. I was just checking them out when you first introduced it. So there are some really good bullish signs. So I think this is a really solid pick. One, they introduced staking. Just today, they just announced that they're going to be introducing a staking protocol, which is great. Before that, last month, it looks like TGE Ventures acquired them. TGE Ventures has a lot of good companies under their portfolio. They definitely know what they're doing to scale a startup into a really big enterprise. So for everything that I've seen in 5 minutes of research already looks very, very nice. You want to have some coins in your portfolio with a lot of good, stable backing behind it, which they definitely do. They have a lot of updates. They're introducing a lot of new stuff fairly frequently. So that should really boost them up in regards to exposure. And, once the bull market hits, this has a good chance to really go quite high. So, yeah, solid pick on this one.
All right. And then any Cardano thoughts?
Cardano. It's definitely of the last cycle, right? I've never been a fan, and I don't know why. Like, it's just something about ADA that just never piqued my interest. I'm not sure what it is. But it should go up. You're right. I mean,
yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like indifferent to it. I don't have a reason to hate it. Like, I have reasons why I hate Solana, but Cardano's just kind of there. I don't know. But
it's like one of those Hathaway Berkshire picks, right? It's like, it's boring. It's not exciting, but it's probably going to perform well. So you might as well keep it in your portfolio, but you're not really excited about it, but you're not worried about it either. So that's kind of my feeling on Cardano. Even the name is boring, Cardano.
Yeah, like
sure.
I've never used the chain. I never made a transaction on Cardano. I've never farmed on Cardano. I don't even know if you can actually make decent yield on Cardano. I guess it was 2 years ago when they had like what was it, Sunday Swap or Ice Cream Swap or something they were going to launch.
That sounds familiar. The only thing I know on it is one of our community members in Monstro, and he was with us in some of our former projects with Heroes and Villains and such. They have a project it used to be called ADA Ninjas, was an NFT project. They became Denketsu. They're now actually working on some cool things like in real life merchandise and animation and such. And so they're still going. They're the only thing I really know that's on Cardano, but. All right. So I think we might have one last. Oh, no, we still have one of the SEC NFTs, right, Richie? So let's bring up the wheel and give out the SEC NFT. Okay, now we're 115. So I think if we keep running this, we'll get to 1,000. The winner is Do or Do. It's the letter D.
Congratulations. Again, go to cryptomischief.io and click on the link that says join the DAO, and I get in there and then can explain everything. Or trade it on OpenSea, if you want. You can do that as well. Your choice.
Yeah. So congrats, Do, however you'd like to pronounce yourself. And I do believe that probably covers pretty much everything we wanted to here. So to let people know, once the dashboard is up, we're still going to try to do a stream every week to reveal one more pick. We're not going to, force our guests to spend their time every week, but they're more than welcome to. So if you guys are ever free, you have nothing going on, and you want to hop on the stream to reveal your next picks, totally welcome anytime. If not, we will reveal them week by week. They'll reveal on the dashboard that'll be up soon, and everybody will be able to just track everything into hopefully a nice bullish market where they'll make many X's. Now, if you guys have a target, all your picks. What would you each say is your realistic, or let's go with your pessimistic and your optimistic predictions for how many X's as a whole bag your bag will make?
Man, all right, I'll go first because I think Richie may be able to outperform me. We'll see. But we approached I personally approached our Moonbag in a little more of a conservative manner. So again, I think to Varys's point earlier, dashboard gains are great, but the money actually hitting your wallet is even better. So that was definitely a factor in what I kind of narrowed things down at. But I think conservatively on my part, I'd say, at least probably a 4 or 5x. I think everything, again, those that have been in multiple cycles will know this. If you're new to crypto and this is your first bull run, you don't know what you're in for. But, later this year, anything that you throw a dart at a wall, and those tokens can do 3 or 4x. So based on what we picked, I think that's very conservative. And again, I mean, if we see the amount of volume coming into crypto, I think that we're already way ahead of schedule. I mean, to be hitting again almost all-time highs, in the summer after halving is just unprecedented. So with the ETFs coming, obviously, the Bitcoin ETF is already in full swing. Once we get through, again, the FUD around Germany dumping, which they're completely out now, and the Mt. Gox unlocks, I don't really see any other narrative that could take down crypto. So that is really bullish in terms of what we have coming. And on the high end, I mean, again, I'd like to think, a 50x would be pretty amazing. But again, realistically, probably, a 20, 25x based on some of the memes and other lower market cap picks that we have in the overall portfolio.
Well, I can guarantee that if it's 25x's, nobody will be complaining who holds one.
I think that's a fair guess, actually. I wouldn't say I was conservative with my picks, but I did choose I went heavier with coins that I know will perform, because the same, it's not my first cycle. I know what's going to happen. It's so much fun. I wish it would last longer, but it doesn't, So under a year of just absolute insanity, and then you're back to normal crypto, which is this, right? We're in, this is normal crypto. The peak bull run is the holiday.
Totally.
But I'm, I kind of weighted it so that I can try and get some good pump incoming from some small caps, but I did go heavy into caps which are quite large as well, because I think that they can also massively overperform. And I would say 5x. I'm just going to go one above AJ for a minimum.
I love it. Perfect.
And probably around about, I would be happy if we just hit 20x from what we've gone in for. Would be just perfect. But who knows? Some of these could be 0 in 6 months, and there could be an exploit. There's always an exploit, isn't there? So, or they could one of them could just take off and completely dominate the rhetoric and the narrative for months to come. Let's see. That's what we're hoping for.
It's hard to picture when you pick ones that are already, let's say, at $1 billion market cap or above, and you're still thinking it can 30x, 40x, 50x. Yeah. Like, a lot of people look at that and go, no, that's impossible. It's already $1 billion. But if you look at what was, the top, let's say 30 last cycle, they were all at 60 billion, 80 billion, 100 billion. Like, it sounds ridiculous when you compare it to real companies, right, in the stock markets and such. Yeah. But no, here it's very possible and easy, and I feel like it's hard for my brain to see, $1 billion adds, it doesn't have much upside left. But the reality is it could still 100x from $1 billion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Totally. Yeah, market cap is very misleading. Again, it's just one of the many tools that you can look at. But I agree. I mean, again, $100 billion market cap, even though it sounds ridiculous, is absolutely achievable in peak bull run for sure.
Yeah. Well, when we one day launch our Monstro token, our first target is only 100 million. So we think it's a realistic target. Obviously, everyone keeps asking when it is, and we keep telling them, well, with the way the market kept pushing us, we're further away instead of getting closer to it. But we want to do it with our best effort, right? So you only get one shot. We don't want it to become a community takeover. We think we're very patient. We've waited this long. What's another, whether it's a few months or 6 months or whatever it might come out to. But yeah, that'll be fun and definitely a new experience having our own. We would have loved to launch some Monstro meme coins in the meantime, just partake in the fun. But too many people would probably confuse it with our real token, and we'd only end up probably shooting ourselves in the foot. I'm sure Adam is our more conservative side, while I'm more impulsive. So I think on this one, he would probably agree.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, timing is everything. But at the same time, if you launch now, you get the time to build liquidity and build utility for when everything goes up and it will go with it.
That's the thing. We have a list of things we want to have before the token to make the token appealing, not just have it to have it. And
this guy knows.
Yeah, that's what's slowing us down right now with the market conditions. But barring any more surprise wars, countries dumping, undiscovered wallets that have millions of Bitcoin reappearing suddenly, barring all that stuff, I think we're finally getting to the end of this little bear run.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and I appreciate your kind words, Richie. But yeah, I mean, timing is everything. And again, I think a shout out to you guys as a team. Launching this Moonbagz idea when you did was really, really powerful. I mean, again, I think buying now, we're seeing floors. And again, my opinion, I think over the last 2 weeks, we may have seen the last dip before things really start kicking in. So the timing is epic. In terms of deploying this capital into all the tokens that we picked.
Yeah, for once it worked out on our side a little bit. We're not used to that, but it's a nice welcome change. So again, all our tokens are bought. The guest ones, we were waiting because the market was still sliding, and we really wanted to have the final wrap up of all the guest sales. And now we've actually decided, though, we're going to open this final window for 12 hours. When that window closes, we'll be buying and securing all the guest picks. And then that's it. Once the dashboard's up, it's all about just watching and everyone cheering on their favorite tokens.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So for anyone out there, if you're still wanting a Moonbag, maybe you missed it, maybe you're not part of our community, you happen to drop by because you saw a giveaway somewhere, feel free to check it out. It's going to be on monstro.fun. It's going to be, you can go from the homepage to the Moonbagz, or you can just go /Moonbagz with a Z. And the only ones we're reopening are the guest ones. So the guest ones will be reopened, probably within half an hour after this stream ends for a good 12-hour period. And then that's it. If you want one, you have to buy it off someone else. And I can tell you some people have asked and no one wants to sell unless they're being really nice. So all right. Any parting words? I guess I should ask Smiley, are there any prizes I missed? I think we did them all, but while she answers, I'll ask any parting comments on anything at all in the universe.
No, I mean, again, I'm honored to be included. I appreciate the opportunity. I think, and Richie said it earlier, I think these Moonbagz, at least from my perspective, it was a basket of tokens that I don't want to have to manage individually. So picking them all together and having this, one basket that we can all root for as things go up, no matter who you decide to go under. I think that's really, really cool. And again, it's bridging the gap between investment and having fun. And that's what crypto is all about. So I'm really excited for the dashboard. Again, a little friendly competition as we see our tokens going up and down, as we saw live on stream today. So
that
yeah.
was a little more than down.
Exactly. We'll have to look out for all the rugs as well. But yeah, man, again, I appreciate you, Various, and shout out to all the other competitors. And yeah, man, let's get excited for the bull run.
Yeah, totally. Very happy that you asked me to join in on this. I was 100% in as soon as you mentioned. Well, actually, no. At first, I was like, oh, but then I was like, nah, come on. Crypto is supposed to be fun, right? And the main reason I went for this because I know that at Monstros, you guys always are, straight up with everything, and that's something that you don't see much actually in crypto, right? So I really appreciate what you guys do, and the way that you run shop is top notch, right? So this is a great fun thing that we can do coming up to the bull run, and be happy to come back here and chat again with the next time. Always great talking to you, AJ, and maybe we can do an AMA soon as well, actually.
Absolutely, Richie. Sounds good, bro. Yep,
I can live now. I can live.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. China is awful for live. Awful. They don't want it. And
I would say enjoy Scotland because I love Scotland. So
yeah, it's great. I'll be here for about 4 months, so it's good. Enough time.
Nomadic. You move around a lot.
Yeah. Got to.
All right, Tilting Shock. Any parting words?
No. This was great. It was a lot of fun. Love talking to some fairly experienced crypto traders and getting their thoughts on their coins. So I appreciate you guys and your time. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank all you guys first for your time. There's obviously people we ask who wouldn't look at us twice for a thing like this unless they're being paid. So we appreciate people who are willing to do it, for helping us and for the fun of it and for the community aspects. Also, thank you guys for the generous prizes. I'm sure the people, half of them are here for that. But half of them, I think, also, we're here for the conversation and enjoyed hearing about the picks, why they were picked, what you guys think about a wide variety of topics we discussed. I'll say also thanks to Magic. He dropped off, I assume, connection problems probably. But he also, they donated some prizes and obviously their picks in time. So yeah, we're looking forward. We'll have the dashboard up every week. We'll keep revealing picks going up from the small allocations all the way to our top allocations. And hopefully as we go up the list, we won't encounter any more Unixes. So with that,
Cheers to that. Yes.
Yeah, with that, I'll say, cheers, everyone. One other thing, when I know our birthday's coming up, our 1 year birthday, is SparkSwap 1 year old now, or are they about to be?
Yeah, so I think again, I'm so bad. We have so many irons in the fire, but yeah, we are. We're in. I think it is. I want to say sometime next month. So yeah, we'll update you on the 1 year anniversary. And again, EMP will be 3 years old in February. So yeah, man, we're plugging right along. Lots of updates on our tokens. And again, I mean, not to give too much alpha, but with our Moonbag, you definitely get exposure to that as well. So yeah, man. We'll update on all
that. We'll have a communal birthday party. How old is the SCC?
That's a good question. I don't know.
So we launched it's been a while. We launched the first NFT about 2 or 3 years ago, and then I redesigned it, and then we made it into a DAO instead. Before it was just for an Excel sheet for tracking cryptos. That is just over 1 year old. We started in May 2023 with that NFT collection. So crossed the 1 year mark and airdrop for 10 months straight so far. So every month.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, it's all right.
We're all celebrating around the same time then. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone. And yes, in about maybe 30 minutes, be on the lookout that the Moonbags are open for sale again for very, very limited 12 hours. So If you
Sounds
like the
good.
picks, if you like the the experience you heard, or you just want to try your luck, feel free. And yeah, we'll see all you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Great. Thanks.